I think you're right. But I think it's, you know, I definitely think the watch, as you know, the watch business is very conservative. You know, like basically like Republicans having sex with their clothes on. I think it's one of those things where you see they haven't really caught up to the internet yet, and I think you know, there's not enough of it really going on. I mean, today you can reach out to many more people than you can in print advertising, and it's far more effective. And I'll tell you, I've heard about you many years ago through various watch geeks, if you will, who were into, you know, very fine watchmaking. And I've always had this, there's always been this air of mystery behind who you are, I think, just because you know, to me you're like that great actor. Like, you're like I don't even know if I can make a comparison, it wouldn't be fair, but to me you're like that great actor that never takes interviews. You know, you're like that guy who it speaks in his work. And again, I'm very, not to sound repetitive or redundant, but I'm very honored to speak to you today. I think people need to know about Peter Speake-Marin. I think a lot of people may not buy one because there are not many around, but I think people need to know about it. And that was my whole point in taking this interview with you today, because I want to educate my viewers on what real craftsmanship is all about, not mass production. We see enough of mass production and it drives me nuts because there's really nothing behind it. It's all marketing. With you, it's, you know, to be able to sit here and see this new watch that you have, and to see what you've done, and obviously your passion, your inspiration, everything has a function, everything has a meaning, and that's very rare today. You don't see that. You know, you see one brand that's very well known that, oh my God, has a jump hour, wow, and then you're like, but I don't even use a jump hour. Something as small as a date, you know, something as small as you know, making sure that every number corresponds with what your intention was. To me, that's huge. That's something that the person wearing the watch will see and recognize and love, you know. So I applaud you for your vision, and I applaud you for your for the way you've been able to execute it, and I hope it continues. My other question to you is, you currently have 8 dealers in the United States, if I'm not mistaken.
Approximately, yeah.
And do you plan on expanding that to more, or do you want to stay there?
I think we're at about 6 now. I'm in discussions with 2 other companies, but no, I think that for the amount I do, that's fine. There are a few other places and a few other markets where I'm looking to have a sense of presence, because right, in a sense, everything that I do today is always investment for the future. It's a development into the future. But it doesn't make sense in relation to the quantities that I actually do make and can make to have a greater presence in America.
And now, how many dealers would you say you have worldwide?
Between those that we have fixed and those that we're in discussion with, probably about 20, between 20 and 25, something like that.
And the countries would be, I would think, Switzerland.
Everything almost changes on a yearly basis. We've only really just begun, in a sense. Even though I've been making my own watches since the first watches were delivered at the end of 2003. Every year we've had a different kind of growth. We first all started off really in America. We were working at that point for many years just with one retailer, and then we started working in Japan. Then we did some stuff in Singapore. And then in 2009, when the recession hit, everything changed. Most of the watches that we had in retail outlets around the world sold, but because of the recession, people didn't reorder. And now, partly because of that, and partly because I'm no longer working with other companies and I'm concentrating on my own, concentrating 100% on Speake-Marin, I feel that today is like a new start. it's a new start in relation to the caliber, and it's a new start in relation to my overall strategy, and it's a new start in relation to the network that I'm putting together. So I'm really now looking at some of the people that I've worked with in the past, I won't be working with, and there are other people who have expressed interest and who are far more aligned with my philosophies and what I want to do in the future.
I see.
So a lot of what's been is not a base for what will be.
Right.
But what has been has given me an amazing amount of knowledge about what I should do and what I shouldn't do for the next steps.
So I take it you won't be working with Timex ever again?
Timex? No. Casio perhaps.
Yeah,
but
G-Shock, but not, no. You know,
Timex is actually quite a good company.
it is a great company. It is a great company.